part of a 13-strong Kazakh team, boxers in every weight class. And he preparing for his third bout of the tournament. Received a bye in the first preliminary round. Prevailed over on a split decision over Melikuziev from Uzbekistan, then eliminated the tournament number 3 seed Kazuma Arataki of Japan. Been a terrific run to this point for the man seeded 6th in the tournament, ranked number 8 in the world. The reigning Continental Under-22 gold medalist making his way to the red corner.
Edmond Khudoyan.
His opponent is Edmond Khudoyan, 26 years of age, from Chelyabinsk, ranked number 14 in the world, preparing for his 4th bout of Tashkent 2023. And he's prevailed on unanimous point decision victories all the way to this juncture, including eliminating the number 2 seed from Thailand at the quarterfinal stage.
2023 semifinals. This bout is 488 in your semifinal stage, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds between Kazakhstan and Russia. Your 5 judges being represented here tonight ringside from Ireland, Zimbabwe, Morocco, Australia, and Chinese Taipei. And when the action begins, your referee in charge of the action, representing the IBA by way of Argentina, with referee Roberto Servide.
So a huge moment for both of these boxers, invited to climb the 3 steps and make their way into the roped arena ahead of this semi-final stage. They've already secured a place on the podium. Now it's a question of whether they will progress through to the gold medal bout. And in addition to championship hardware, of course, remember the prize fund has been doubled from the edition in Serbia 2021. So bronze medalists guaranteed $50,000 US each, silver medalists $100,000, and gold medalists $200,000 US, as well as the prestige of being crowned the best in the world at the IBA World Boxing Championships. So Roberto Servide of Argentina is our referee. Final instructions issued, and we're about ready for the start of action. So we're underway then. Bout number 488 of this 22nd edition of the IBA World Boxing Championships is underway. We're in the 48 kilogram minimum weight division. And this contest will determine who is going through to face off against the tournament number 1 seed Sakil Alakverdovi of Georgia, who prevailed on a walkover against his opponent from Cuba. 2 southpaws going head to head. The slightly taller figure wearing red is Sanzhar Tashkenbay, just 19 years of age, and a man with a forward foray looping away with that southpaw left is Edmond Khudoyan. He's a wonderful operator, is Tashkenbay, coming forward behind a southpaw 1-2, looking for a long right hook out of that low held relaxed guard. Floats freely around the 4 corners of the boxing ring and looks to pick off his advancing opponent, but you can see Khudoyan tucking up tightly and just trying to time his raiding attacks. Minute gone in this opening round. Tashkenbay just maintaining the distance by backing up as Khudoyan charged forwards. Darting right jab just off the mark, but a double right jab followed by a southpaw left is a scoring combination from Khudoyan. That's not the 10-second clapper, that's a percussive beat being pounded out on the drum for the man wearing red. The neighboring nation of Kazakhstan have brought plenty of support here at the Umo Arena. But Khudoyan remaining focused on his task and looking to launch these marauding attacks. Now I think Khudoyan going to be spoken to about his responsibility to keep his head up there. Sharpshooting singles fired in, turning it into a combination from Tashkenbay. Wasn't necessarily accurate with his attempted cluster. Again, trying to lure in the shorter boxer wearing blue. So the 2 men pushing off and increasing the distance of their own volition. Benton clusters being landed. Wonderful check right hook in that combination off the back foot, and then a sharp shooting right left out of the southpaw stance from Tashkenbay. Right hand lead was the first shot. Out of that shot, that cluster from Khudoyan. And again, look at how Tashkenbay is able to use the space to the ring, turn the tables wonderfully, put Khudoyan on the ropes, and while he was disorganized and with his back to his opponent, Tashkenbay helped himself to a scoring combination. Wonderfully composed is the 19-year-old. 10-second clapper sound, closing stages of this opening round. And the pattern set. Khudoyan, the 26-year-old, looking to employ his experience, but a beautiful check right hand again, sporting touch of glove to conclude the round, but a very good round of boxing for Sanzhar Tashkenbay. So again, as we take a look at the replay sequence, the pattern set early on, check right hook off the back foot, landed twice. First one rather long, but Tashkenbay just giving the impression that he had the better of the opening 3 minutes. So there's the scores then. The crowd in receipt of those scores as you are at home. And I can tell you, it is a magnificent atmosphere sat ringside here at the Humo Arena. The coaches will be in receipt of that information as well. So that will alter the tactics and the strategy. Khudoyan will know that he has got to do something decisive in this second round to get back on parity or indeed ahead.
And we're seconds out.
So into the second round we go. Edmond Khudoyan, the 5-time reigning national champion of Russia. 4 senior titles. His first title was back in the youth ranks in 2014. Facing off against the 2021 Kazakh national champion Sanzhar Tashkenbay, who is spearing him with that southpaw left to terrific effect. Having used his feet very well in the opening round, here he's changing the pattern and setting up shop in the middle of the boxing ring, looking to dominate that prime piece of fistic real estate by holding his feet and making the more compact pressure fighter come to him, where he can utilize his punch-picking ability just as he did right on cue there. Wonderful 1-2 combination, spearing his man with a right-left as Khudoyan trying to find his way inside the longer range and reach of his teenaged opponent. So an untidy tangle sees both boxers take a trip to the canvas. Gloves will be wiped clean and the action will resume. The clock continues to tick, and remember, as our Argentinian referee just reminding both boxers, now he's had a touchdown. May have been clipped by a southpaw left, and remember, if anything other than the soles of a boxer's boots touches the canvas, then it is a knockdown. But ruled a slip. So Khudoyan perhaps a tad fortunate on that occasion. So again, you see Khudoyan trying to get inside the longer reach of Tashkenbay. Tashkenbay reminded to keep his head up just beyond the midpoint of this second round. And again, distinct change in approach as the check right hand is landed by Tashkenbay. He spins off the line and then a lead right hook out of that southpaw stance. Well, it was followed by a hip toss to the canvas employed by Tashkenbay. Rather spoiled the beautiful clean single that he landed. And that's rabbit punching employed by Khudoyan. But that's because Tashkenbay turned his back. And again, the referee on those infringements in a flash. But Tashkenbay not just holding center ring, sometimes leading off as he did with that eye-catching right hook earlier on in this stanza. So Khudoyan having to change his tactics because he's not dealing with opponents who is giving ground and going backwards. Look at that stiff right jab off the front foot, pushing Khudoyan to the perimeter of the boxing ring. And Khudoyan not able to employ his preferred strategy of pressure box fighting because he's being put on the back foot by terrific shot selection by Tashkenbay. Wonderful performance in this second round. Remember, he took the opening round unanimously, 10-9 for all 5 scoring judges, and there he scores with a 1-2 combination once again. A blistering 3 minutes produced by Sanzhar Tashkenbay, the tournament number 6 seed, having his way with the 14th ranked boxer in the world over the course of that second 3-minute frame. Well, one assumes this man is going to be in a really commanding position on the scorecards after 6 completed minutes of boxing, and in stark contrast, the man in the blue corner has got it all to do. Some of the action from the second round where there was a distinct change in tactics. Khudoyan really trying to assert himself as he did in the opening 3 minutes, but he was met with an opponent who had the wherewithal to change tactics, plant his feet in the middle of the boxing ring, and make his opponent pay a price if he hoped to get into punching range and unload his own artillery.
And we're seconds out.
So a clean sweep of the card for the second consecutive round
Ladies and gentlemen, this
in
is
favour of the man from Kazakhstan. So into the third and final round we go then. And Sanzhar Tashkenbay, the 2021 World Youth gold medalist, looking to progress through to the senior version here at the IBA World Boxing Championships, and he has boxed beautifully over the first 6 minutes of action. Edmond Khudoyan remaining committed to his task. In the first round he was dealing with a fleet-footed back foot punch picker. In the second round he was met with a man who changed tactics, staked his claim to the middle of the boxing ring, and now slightly more movement being employed around the clock face by Sanzhar Tashkenbay. But Khudoyan, he's got to do something different. There's got to be a change in tempo. Perhaps he's got to throw caution to the wind, because he's trailing 20 points to 18 for all 5 scoring judges after 6 completed minutes of boxing. So just over a minute gone in this third and final round. Khudoyan, you see him tucking up tightly behind a high held guard, trying to work his way inside, but he's not having the success that he's going to require. Tashkenbay stealing a furtive glance to his own red corner. Beautifully picked southpaw left once again, trying to bob and weave his way into range, but he's almost as though he's trying to pin down smoke up in that boxing ring, because when Khudoyan looks to launch his marauding attacks, invariably Tashkenbay isn't there, and if he is there, well, he has the wherewithal to tie his man up and prevent him from working away. Desperation southpaw left launched by Khudoyan. As the seconds continue to tick, Khudoyan's task be made more difficult. Tashkenbay will not want to invoke the wrath of the referee and pick up a deduction. Rabbit punch could well see him. Well, this has made things interesting. You see the excessive holding the rabbit punch, and just as we said, so this point deduction will be implemented at the end of the round, and in the event that Tashkenbay happen to win the round, well, it will be 10, because it's a 10-point must system, -1. So in the remaining 10 to 20 seconds, I don't think Khudoyan, despite his efforts, did enough to take this round. But again, you have to credit the man's competitive spirit. You'd expect nothing less with a place in the championship final, the gold medal bout at stake. But Sanzhar Tashkenbay has demonstrated ringcraft beyond his 19 years in this semi-final. And again, body language so instructive at the conclusion of any sporting contest, but the sport of boxing in particular. Sanzhar Tashkenbay with a beautiful display against the 14th ranked boxer in the world, Edmond Khudoyan, the 5-time reigning national champion of his homeland from Russia, tried desperately to overturn the 2018 deficit that he faced. A warning was issued against Tashkenbay in the final round, but let's get confirmation of what I feel will be a verdict that sees Tashkenbay declared as the victor.
Ladies and gentlemen, this semi-final bout 488 comes to a close after completing three 3-minute rounds in the men's minimum weight matchup. This bout was to determine your finalists in the men's minimum weight category. After completing the allocated rounds, all your judges see the same way, ruling in favor of your winner by points, declared by unanimous decision. To the red corner,
so there is confirmation of a unanimous point decision victory for Sanzhar Tashkenbay, taking it after three 3-minute rounds for all 5 scoring judges. Was Dr. Point in that final round, which was taken by Khudoyan for 2 of the 5 scoring judges. Excuse me, for 3 of the 5 scoring judges, but no doubt about the victor. It is Sanzhar Tashkenbay, who will look to emulate the accomplishment that he achieved in the 2021 youth edition of the World Championships at KAZ in Poland. I was ringside commentating on that tournament, and his talent was apparent then. Here he is in a 48 kilogram minimum weight division, going through to contest championship gold. It's a brilliant bronze for Edmond.